Hello and thanks for joining us on TVC News at 4. We begin with sports updates. The Confederation of African Football CAF has fined the Libyan football national team $50,000 for the botched Cup of Nations qualifier against Nigeria. The Nigeria Football Federation had filed a complaint to CAF following the hostage-like situation the Libyans subjected the Super Eagles to. The Libyans held the Nigerian team to the second leg Africa Cup of Nations qualifier for more than 20 hours in a disused airport 200 kilometers from the match venue. CAF also awarded the 3 points of the failed second leg match to Nigeria. The Continental Football Confederation ruled that the Libyans breached the code of the competition by holding the Eagles hostage and treating them shabbily. Let's now turn our attention to Kano State, where Governor Gov Yusuf has cast his ballot at his polling unit in the local government election. Governor Yusuf voted in Gwale, where he expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the polls. He appealed to residents to remain calm, assuring that the newly elected chairman will work closely with the government to deliver the dividends of democracy. Residents are voting in 44 local government areas of the state, with no reports of violence so far, as the process remains peaceful.
From what I saw today, from what I heard from all the 44 local government areas, I must say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, people have come out en masse to vote for the NNPP during this, today's local government elections, where supporters are casting their votes to elect the chairman of the 44 local government areas, as well as all the councillors. I'm very much impressed with the turnout of the voters.
Away from Kano, the Rivers State House of Assembly has commiserated with the families and loved ones of persons who died in the helicopter crash. The lawmakers expressed sadness over the incident at their resumed sitting in Port Harcourt. We have details in this report.
Unlike other days on the floor of the House, plenary began on a rather sad note this time. Lawmakers are mourning the death of 6 passengers who died in the crash while on their way to work and 2 crew members. They observed a minute of silence in honor of the victims.
Confirming from relevant authorities that all passengers died, and this happened in Rivers State.
The families, we believe, will be in serious pains at this point in time. As the 10th Assembly of Rivers State, we feel their pains, we share in their sorrow, we feel deeply their loss, and all we can say that Almighty God should grant the families of these bereaved ones the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss.
In other business of the day, the House passed a resolution calling on the contractor handling the Port Harcourt Ring Road project to carry out maintenance of alternative routes.
Mindful that the project has an agreed timeline of 3 years, it becomes absolutely necessary to urge the contractor to carry out remedial repairs on these alternative routes in order to ease the flow of traffic and enable the project to be completed on time.
Julius Berger, a very professional construction company, knowing that this will happen, had done some remedial work on these inlets and outlets. But because of the increased traffic on these smaller roads, even the remedial work that was done has gone bad.
Members voted in favor of a directive to the Committee on Works to liaise with the contractor to implement the resolution.
To the nation's capital, troops of Nigerian Air Force in Abuja and other formations across the country have undertaken a route march to keep them in shape for combat. Chief of the Air Staff Hassan Abubakar, who led the march in Abuja, said it is also a show of force that the Nigerian Air Force is willing and able to combat any threat to security. Sifon Isien has more.
Chief of the Air Staff leads troops of the Nigerian Air Force in a route march through the streets of the metropolis of Abuja. Physical and mental fitness are the goals of the march, pushing the troops beyond limits.
This route march is not just a routine activity, but an integral part of our military tradition, designed to maintain physical fitness, mental alertness, and camaraderie amongst personnel. From another perspective, it is also designed as a show of force to remind everyone of our readiness as a military force. As such, the exercise we just undertook is a demonstration of the dedication, resilience, and discipline that define the Nigerian Air Force.
Beyond this, the route march is also a show of force for the Air Force in the face of the enormity of its mandates.
The achievements of today's exercise restate the need for all personnel to imbibe an attitude of keeping fit if we are to keep pace with the demands of our jobs. As we enter the final lap of the year, I urge you to stay vigilant and focused. Our work is far from done, and the security environment demands that we remain adaptive, ready, and resilient. The Nigerian Air Force is committed to providing the resources and training necessary for you to succeed in all operations and assignments.
At the end of the day, the authorities of the Nigerian Air Force are pleased with the outcome of the march. But the ultimate test for the troops will be on the front lines. Sifon Isien, TVC News, Abuja.
Here in Lagos State, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Kudirat Kekereekun, says the success of the multi-door courthouse has demonstrated that alternative dispute resolution is a fundamental component of a modern justice system. She was speaking at the Maiden Multi-Door Courthouse Summit. We have details in this report.
The Lagos Multi-Door Courthouse says ADR should be adopted for the speedy resolution of commercial disputes all across Nigeria. The notable proponents of this system, which debuted in the Lagos State Judiciary in 2002, say the multi-door approach is particularly beneficial for persons seeking speedy, cost-effective and efficient resolution of their disputes, which aren't guaranteed in the traditional court proceedings.
The responsibility to promote ADR lies with all of us, from the judiciary to the legal profession, and from business leaders to government agencies. Together, we can ensure that ADR becomes not just an alternative, but a preferred means of resolving disputes in Nigeria, enhancing access to justice for all.
By enhancing our ADR mechanisms and integrating technology and innovation, we move closer to a society built on fairness, inclusivity, better livability for all, and sustainable development. This is our bond with Lagosians.
The speakers say for ADR to thrive, vital elements such as the mandatory referrals of cases to ADR centers, the role of technology, robust legal frameworks and enhancing access to justice for SMEs especially must be addressed.
As the Attorney General of the Federation, I am committed to promoting the use of ADR in Nigeria through practical steps to enhance the accessibility and effectiveness of ADR mechanisms. I, therefore, look forward to working with the judiciary and the ADR centers and stakeholders to achieve these objectives.
We're bringing all the multi-door courthouses from all the various states together to see how we can have a uniform approach in the way, we use ADR mechanisms, and for us to be able to ensure that we chart a way forward for it to take a center stage in our judiciaries throughout the Federation.
As at August 2024, the LMDC says it has achieved a 56% success rate and handled the recovery of more than 55.1 billion naira, as well as $56.2 million from cases it handled, thereby increasing resources for investment and promoting confidence in the state. Kemi Foladeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.
In Akwa Ibom State, Governor Umueno has inaugurated the 1.1-kilometer spring road and drainage project, linking the only public female school in the area. Governor Umueno further announced that a total of 8 road projects, 62 compassionate homes, a model primary health center, and a water reticulation project are to be inaugurated by the state government in the next 1 month.
We have come with a mindset to work, and regardless of whatever confronts us, we will serve the Akwa Ibom people to the end. And we'll continue to work with our teams, and we'll continue to energize them and continue to deliver the dividend of democracy. But what trips me about this road, beyond the commissioning, is the contractor. When I came into office, I threw a challenge to our young people. And I said, rather than wait for money to be thrown up in the air for us to struggle, we need to raise young, committed youths.
This road constitutes 4 major things: the reconstruction of the road, the erosion control, the culverts that are broken, and the access to the Goreti School. Your Excellency, now what we have is totally reconstruction of this road. It is 7.3 meters. We have all the specifications of any road that will stand the test of time.
Your Excellency, this is more than 20 kilometers of road. I can assure you that because of the serviceability of its purpose. Your Excellency, the children were climbing tunnels, to go to school. The parents were crying for help. But you came as the compassionate governor, and without missing word, you did a fantastic job on this road.
Still ahead on TVC News at 4, Minister of State for Education justifies proposed unbundling of 115 federal